So, hello everyone. Draconis, we're going through 14. This is story. I recently got all the way through Endwalker. Thought do a catalog from the journey from start to finish with a secondary character. Alright, so let's see here. What do I want to go through it as this time? I think I'm a Code. Moon or keep the sun or keepers of the moon. Okay. Do I do more physical or do I want to be more magical initially? Very, very good question. Let's do magical. Let's go more, Keepers of the Moon. Yeah, sure. That's good. What was that? Tail. That's good. Match relative to our height. Hairstyle. No. Sure, that works. That definitely works. What look do I want? Relative face. This one works. That's good. Eye shape. Eye color. Give a little more purple department. Eyebrows. Nose. That's good. Go. Okay. I am willing to keep the facial line at the bottom. E. care about that. Alright. Ow. Out a little bit. That was good. Sure. I have a lot of character concepts. Okay. So, what's the date? What is it? February... What is today's date? Dang it. What is it? Like, February... I want to say 6th? I don't really remember today's date. Sue me. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th, so we're gonna go first Umbral Moon. That's fine. And because this is the full Umbral Moon, Memphina is Keeper of the Moon in the House of Love. She commands the element of ice and is associated with the second moon of the Orosian calendar. Memphina is the sister of Azima and the divine lover of Oskun. She is most often depicted as a maid carrying a round skillet. Her symbol is the full moon. Kinda actually fitting. A raise. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, so... going more on the magic class. Start with a Conjurer. Have a possibility. Thaumaturge. Or Arcanist. I don't want a healer, damage, or healer. I've heard a lot of good things about Summoner. I think I'll go Arcanist to start with. Yeah, that works. Diabolos. Huh. It's a pretty nice server. Yes. Name. Remus. Celios. Remus Celios. Alright, Remus. Let's do this. Apparently the loading screen is a blocked scene, so apologize for the black screen that's probably going on right now. It's just what happens. So wait to be let in. Shouldn't take too long though. Oh, there we are. And we should be back on to recording video. Nifty. Oi, you alright, lad? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like seasickness, now that I look at you. It'll be the aether, then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see? And we ain't too far from Valbrand now, which is chock full of aetherites. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Ugh. Might as well have been blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, give myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lamens is still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Any road. Brennan's the name and Pedlin's betrayed. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it! Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory, now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Mass fortune. Fortune, eh? Well, it's a dream we've all had at one time or another. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting organ or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Limbs of Lamens is renowned for its smithies and armories, not to mention its fisherfolk. And then there's its cooks, of course. Adventuring ain't just about killing things, after all. A peaceful pastime may well help you make your fortune. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Ship's off the starboard bow! Pirate colors! Pirates? Bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below! What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying Limenza colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or a bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Limensa? Yes. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa Limensa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You never guessed she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with, like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagan are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sweet sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. Ah, long last. Land ho! Behold Limsa Limensa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved by Limlayan, goddess of navigation.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roaring waves of the Lake Tunnel Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Limensa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlayan. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me ass earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
Hey, you there! I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all of the scum that washes up in it. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Lemza Lemenza's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lad. I haven't got all day. Alright, controller. Alright, there's a few quality of life things I'm gonna take care of. Alright, that's the first thing. And next is, if I recall correctly, character configuration here. Cross. Apply. Alright, enable this. Enable this. And if I recall correctly, I'm going to want this. This, and this. And this. Okay, there's something I'm missing. Up there. Gotta be here. Okay, so what? I'm trying to remember what I need to enable. Get what I'm looking for. There it is. Yep, exactly how I want it. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city. And without a bit of local knowledge, you're like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Winch and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far, just head straight down this street and speak with Greyfar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Batteron. He's the proprietor of the winch. He might curse like an ale-sodden sailor. The man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along, and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Welcome to Limsa Lamensa. If you have a mind to visit the Drowning Winch, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for the drink, are ye? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Batteron, and this most hospitable of hostilleries is the Drowning Winch. 'Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk specially for handling guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of irregulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course. But if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again, and you'll see a people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them, after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our ohms weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories, too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way as makes an ounce of sense. None of the folks what saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. 'Tis all foggy, like recollections from an odd night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they might rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink, when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though we ain't forgotten what they did for us, this goddamn calamity spawned a memory loss, robbed us of their names. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. It's like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd gull. It's this what's got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light. If Limsa's ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's going to need adventurers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. and that's why any aid we can give to a venturer is effort well spent. What say ye, lad? You willing to lend us your strength? But of course. Methinks to ye, and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steered ye my way for a reason. Ah, but listen to me, yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in my book. Put your scroll right there. Remus Cilius, is it? And a fine name it is. Congratulations! You're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You there, adventurer! You sailed in on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, were you? Now hold on just a moment there, officer. You've got the wrong bloke. This fine, upstanding young gent is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders, at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times, me, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say ye to a tankard of me finest ale afore you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like the last time, I should hope. I ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Merthor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? You'll have to excuse these eager bloody yellowjackets. There's been a spate of kidnappings, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken the clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personally, though, as the Lemensons can be an edge-strung bunch of bastards, 'tis true, but given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Oh, aye! Welcome to Lemso Lamensa, where the sea's as green as the faces of my patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. Now, take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning you the ways of the city. Level up. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that'll help you get used to life here in Lemso. Firstly, if you head down a floor then point your nose to the west, you'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetherid, a device that can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetherid where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellowjacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armor and all your veteran bits and pieces for sale in the district, what lies beyond the aetherid. Don't go throwing your gil around just yet, though, or you'll get fleeced quicker and you can say, "Why is me coin purse so light?" Have a word with Swazblade instead. He's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old octant, and he'll treat you well. For the last of me elful ints, I suggest you meet some fellow spell slingers at the Arcanist Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to join their crew. Muri at the front desk is the one to get you started. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now, I'd best be getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it! There I go, sending you off without telling you something crucial. That bloody calamity has made a right mess of my memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Anyway, while you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods what look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale a woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interests and opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Nanina over yonder has been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend an ear and see what she has to say? Aye, you like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a man folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you've the time, I'd also seek the advice of the Smithy here in the winch. Lads as bear that title have some fine advice for them what are just starting out in the profession. And that, my lad, is how you go about becoming a legend among adventurers. Alright. Well, would you look at this, a shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lad. I have some information that might just help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hole below not long ago, and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa Limenza is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Scanrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Oldskiff at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. Collecting. Yes, I am Oldskiff. You have some herbs you wish me to examine. Yes. As you suspected, these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Forgive me, I cannot resist the jest. These herbs are not more than Althic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa Limensa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son. But not to worry. You've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. another novice adventurer. Aye, Baderon has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundamal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of Aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of their name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn about more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Return learned. Keep going. Oh. Alright. A fine evening to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo but recently arrived at the docks. You better get from Baderon. Whatever could it... Ah! My octant! By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the winch, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicating memories. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid. And what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. Ah, but verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. Tune to this Ethernet shard. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. Ah, but if I am not mistaken, you already possess some rudimentary understanding of the craft. Shall I deepen your knowledge of our history as well? The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave aether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as arcanists, and the School of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa Laminza, arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realms of governance as council. The knowledge of an arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to the chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merlwib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist Guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you would continue your study of this challenging discipline, then I must insist that you indicate your commitment to joining our guild. Yes. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild? Or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? Except, your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubergim. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there, by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy, though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Yes, I am Thubergim. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Muri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins? Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of aether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze the situation from moment to moment, and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Yes. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Lower Lanasia, you will find, among others, 3 species of pest: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and aurelae. I ask that you employ your skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Alright, let's go get this done. Summon Carbuncle. Okay. Like a shield, right? Level 3. Try the Loza. that's all the time I have for today. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.